Hi friends. Thanks for returning to our channel, Hearts Wide Open, where we tune in, listen to spirit, and keep our hearts wide open. I just did a personal reading and I'm just cleansing the space. Felt like I should do a reading. I have no idea what it's going to be. I have not received any messages. I just, it's a rainy day and we're in here and I wanted to go ahead and see what comes through. I have told the universe, my higher self, source, whatever we use to allow me to receive and be a messenger for the highest good of all. So sometimes my messages that's coming through are around healing, and I know a lot of what we go through is so that we can learn to have compassion and how to heal that and then carry that wisdom forward for everybody else. Are you ready? Sparty's ready. Okay, so let's start. I'd love to do a love reading or something really cool. What do you think, Sparty? Huh? Okay, I'm gonna blow this out. This is making me nervous around you. Just one sec. Okay, no candles around the dog. He's dead, I know. Are you ready? Huh? Are you ready? I got your treats. And we are gonna pick an emotional card, the underlying energy for today's reading. You get your treat in just a second. So pick a card, pick a card, pick one of these. Come here. Which one? Right there? Okay. All right. Resistance. I had another one with resistance a while back. So we're still resisting. He's not resisting. I love you. Thank you. Thank you. Good boy. Where's your new bone? Go get your new bone. Go get it. Go get it. Okay, what do we need to know around resistance? This is the underlying energy. And so, not this deck. We're going to go with this one. This one. Intuitive whispers. So what does Spirit want to whisper to us today? I want you to know when I tune in, I'm tuning into a general collective. And only if you are part of this group, I look at it like that, this is part of our group, and wanting to receive a message, will that energy, this is my intention, this is what I said, will that energy come through my field? I'm just basically remote viewing, pulling in the energy for what I feel from a distance, not tapping in or doing any kind of quantum entanglement. I'm just a clear channel, the clearest I could be around what's good for the highest good. Boy. Okay, sweetie. So can I pick another card? Well, that one's falling out. Tap into your sacral power. So your womb, your sacral chakra, your power of this creative space. Creative energy is actually sexual energy. You could look at it the same way. It all comes from desire. Desire. That root. So we ground, we pull in from the root chakra, even primal energy, and what we desire, we create as it rises up through the heart space and out the throat chakra. We speak it. We speak it into existence. So do not resist. Don't resist the urge. What you feeling? You feel. It's a feeling. It's a place of your emotions, you know. The bladder, all that. That's your emotion. Do not resist it. Go with the flow. I just made that real with the rain and the waters. Okay. Wisdom of the solar plexus. So after we hit the sacral, we climb up, right? Before it goes to our heart, the gut, that solar plexus where we're empowered. That's the power to bring it forth. The confidence. Sparty wants to pick a card because he wants another treat. Hold on, sweetie. All right. I'm going to go like this. We got 3 stacks. I'm going to have you pick from the stack. And what do we need to know about resisting our power? Which one? Which one? Which one? Which one? Okay, I've got the middle stack. We're gonna narrow this down. We're gonna narrow it down. You're not getting narrowed down. He's getting a little wider. We need to narrow you down. All right, baby. I love you. Thank you, sweetheart. Go get your bone. You got your new bone to chew. Okay. So, what is the viewer? What is the collective? What do we all need to know around resisting, not resisting our power? Let go of control. So, power, I'm thinking of the book, David Hawkins' Power versus Force. You know, you can't control everything, but you can desire and hold that power and a knowing that it's going to come to fruition without controlling. Be open, tap on your power, be open to receive and not resist, but you don't have to control it. Okay, I'm going to go back to the whole deck. Sparty, you want to control the reading because you want treats. I love you. All right, what else we got? One final word around the chakra system and maybe where you're holding a blockage, where you're resisting the flow. What do you think, Sparty? All right, so I'm going to do that different. It's like a waterfall. I just let the cards fall and the last drop. We got the last drop, so I haven't looked at it. There's something with that. Good to the last drop. Yeah, maybe I'm supposed to drink more water, right? Maybe you need water. Okay, hold on. Good to the last drop, Sparty. Take a sip. Oh, that's a good boy. All right. Good to the last drop. That might mean something for somebody. It's time to shine. And, you know, water holds reflection and memory. And it's time to shine, not resist. Let it flow. And good to the last drop. We talked about this in one of my recent readings also, is charging your water, blessing your water. It's the sacred water. We are so much water within us. And everything that is carried through that. Oh my goodness. Sparty, what are you doing, honey? All right. I'm going to let him out for a sec. Sorry for the interruption, but this is, I got to go with the flow here too. Hold on. All right. I'm back. Anyways, that was pretty funny, the timing. Speaking of all this flow and resisting, well, I was resisting understanding that he had to go and let it flow. So, let's carry on. Sorry about that. Okay. So, unraveling. So there's some resistance here. We're trying to own our power, tap in, and it's time to shine, reflect, and unravel what's keeping us back, keeping us from flowing. Unravel. Okay, this is a lot of grounding. In this, a lot of red, root chakra again. There's the flower. Unravel why there's so much resistance. I'm feeling this is a lot of that sacral energy and around, I don't know what I could say here, like around resisting. I joked about it, the urges, but this is a sensitive subject, but I'm feeling strongly with this image. I think you know what I'm stating, that there's some resistance around pleasure. Not to joke about it too much. Listen to the heart. Yeah. So again, the moon, emotions, there's a lot of darkness, and then the heart is where it shines. I'm going to pull this book, open it, and see what this says, because I think the interruption disrupted the flow, and I need to kind of tap in and get back on track here. Your heart wants to be heard. Okay, I got you. That's all I needed to know, I think. There's some resistance with this because you're feeling that you're not being heard in your heart. So I think this is for somebody connected with another person that feels they're not tapped into their heart space. They're not fully respecting them for who they are and what they feel. I was going to say, there's something going on where you're suppressing your emotions as well. So it's not just that you're not heard. You haven't been heard in the past. So you're suppressing those emotions because it's painful to allow it to have it come up. And you feel like, what's the point? Nobody's listening to me. So suppressing this emotion could lead to your heart holding on to feelings for longer than it needs to. Breathe in with compassion, explore what needs to be released. Whether you're searching for a deeper self-love or a romantic love, the journey always starts from within. The deeper you can love yourself, the deeper you allow others to love you, and you can love in return. Let your heart be heard, healed, and harmonized. Yeah. Where does this stem from? That's where I want to go. Where does this all stem from for the viewer? So we can kind of narrow this down. A whole bunch came out. So there's a whole bunch this is kind of different for different people, I think, because I knew going into this was going to be a broad collective message. And I think that's why I'm kind of all over the place, where sometimes it's more specific. I've got 5 cards. So I'm going to see what I tune in with this and what the cards reveal. And also make sure that you use your own discernment with this and receive if it's not mentioned. That's why I like to show the cards. Train departing. Somebody's left. Somebody's left you in the past, and they're not only not honoring your time, but not honoring your emotions. Quiet house. You have to sit in your own space a lot. You feel like you feel alone. You feel isolated and sad and lonely about that. Every time I want to do a happy, fun love reading, it goes into stuff like this, but that's what it is. This is why I'm here, to help if somebody needs to hear this. So you're going through a soft rebirth. You're having an awakening and a rebirth, and part of you had to experience this so that you can be reborn. Not all rebirths are loud. Some arrive like the breath in the early morning in the quiet house. You just got to learn to allow it to flow. This is the card that came upside down, shared fire. So you have a lot of passion and drive and a lot of fire, that spark in you, and it's not getting reciprocated. It's not a shared passion. You're not at the same level. Yeah, the whispering wall. The voices you silence still find cracks to speak through. Yeah. And the emotions you silence, the emotions you suppress are still going to show up in other ways, because what happens is what isn't healed, it just keeps revealing. The universe, your higher self, however you look at that, from personal experience, what you don't deal with and what you don't heal, you're carrying that in there, and it's going to magnetize you the same situations over and over and over until you presence it, bring it to the presence, let it rise, stop resisting, and do the work, heal it, let it go, figure out the programming or the wounds or whatever it was, and transmute that. And it's just that you're going to keep coming up. Okay, so what else does the viewer need to know? I'm going to grab from this deck. I'm called to pull from the Witching Hour. What can assist with this healing? Okay, well, I got bewitched. You're under a spell. So you got to break the spells. You're under a spell. Yeah, somebody's done a number, I feel like, on you. I just heard like, what's the point? What's the point? You're so frustrated and down about it, of carrying this poison. The word poison just jumped out at me. Words can be poisonous that we receive. I don't know where that comes from. Okay, you're under a spell. Obsession, addiction, conditioning. Yeah, this is the devil card in tarot. So this is like somebody's played with your emotions. And so temptation can feel a lot like being under a spell. You know you shouldn't do it, yet you can't help yourself. Wow, okay. You continue to make bad choices even when it doesn't feel good. You're ashamed, or you feel as though your power slips away with every act of self-sabotage. In a money reading, bewitched appears when you are too focused on material pursuits or get-rich-quick schemes. You may be sacrificing your beliefs to reach goals of a certain status or level of achievement. However, continuing to do so will come with great personal cost. This just went completely south. I really don't feel that that's you. I feel like the person that you're dealing with has addictions. They're not present. They're escaping through either alcohol or drugs or something. They don't have the shared passion or the shared desire to grow with you, with your rebirth. Okay, this jumped out. I need to clear the space. We had interruptions. There's my knife, like cord cutting. Something's going on. Okay, what's the outcome and advice for us all? Temperance, balance, acceptance. Okay. So I think maybe if you might be at I haven't gotten the crossroads card. This card wants to come out. This card wants to leap out like the Fool. You got the whole world ahead of you. You don't need this shit. Somebody's got an addiction. Somebody is keeping you, you're resisting not only your own emotions, you're resisting seeing the truth. You don't want to face it because I think you love this person. I think they have addictions. You're going through a growth. You've done all this work. You're listening to your heart. You're letting go of control. Doing all this work. They're not. They're the ones resisting. And they're the Fool, but not the Fool this way. This Fool is eager and taking risks. He has not a care in the world. He's done. He's like, let's do it. Let's do the next thing. So let's see what else the tarot I almost said reveals. So you're being too reserved maybe with this person or this situation, and a long time is gone. Yeah, the train. Not every ride's meant to wait for you. Sometimes missing it sets you free. Maybe you've been waiting for a long time for that train to come in, for that change. And it doesn't seem to be happening. So you're resisting. Ooh-wee. Okay. We got the 8 of Cups. You see him walking away there? And the Queen of Cups. Nurturing, in charge of her emotions. Emotional maturity. Facing it. She's the Queen. I'm just going to say it. You're too good for that shit. If this person doesn't want to take care of their addiction or do the work to grow with you, maybe it's just time. And I'm just that's what I'm getting. This whole thing has been nothing but chaos. This whole reading, I feel like, is chaotic. And I think that's what I'm feeling. Locked gate. The heart's locked. He's got a gate. Yeah, you can't get in. You've tried. You've tried. You tried. What you send out finds its way back always. And yeah. You're not getting reciprocation. It's supposed to be reciprocated love, reciprocated energy. Okay, another card just flew out. I was going to say, let's give one more card as the final guidance. Singing stone. Yeah. Wisdom doesn't always speak in words. Some truths hum beneath your feet. You know what's going on. If it's time, it's time. I can't tell you, the cards can't tell you. Your heart. Listen to your heart. Listen to your heart. Nobody could tell you. People could say things. People could guide you. You know the truth. You're going to know when it's time. Okay, one more question I've got. Is there hope for this person's growth and change in the situation? The viewer, perplexity. You're very perplexed on the whole thing. I'm perplexed over the whole reading. The truth is always revealed. I mean, especially these times. This quiet house, sit with your heart. Sit with your heart. You're going to know when it's time to sing. It's not over till we sing. It's not over till we say it. Yeah. What are we talking about here? Time frame and what the outcome is. Freedom. Let freedom ring. Let the white dove sing. I love Martina McBride. I love that song. There you go. It's just a matter of time. You know, somebody's willing to change and you can accept that and wait and you catch up to each other. That's great. When you're not getting anything reciprocated and you're giving your all and you've done the work and you're letting these emotions arise and they're not, sometimes it's just time to fly and be free. All right. Either way, I wish you the best of luck. I'm sorry for all the confusion. This is probably really long. Yeah, it's a pretty long reading. I hope it made sense. I hope you got something out of it. We'll see. We'll see. All right. Everything is meant to be. It's okay. All right. Thanks.